Good morning to all of you. Today we discuss about the life on earth. Well, in this universe, earth is so unique in that it's perhaps the only place, as you know, where we know where the life exists, and that makes earth so very unique. Life occupies in every corner of the earth, whether it is on the polar region, whether it is on the desert, whether it is deep in the sea, in the open sea, or deep underneath the sea. You look wherever, everywhere life exists. It's estimated that there is between 5 to 30 million species exist on the face of the earth. So that which actually also shows our understanding about the species diversity on the earth. We say the scale or the range is between 5 to 30 million. So out of this 5 to 30 million known species, the species that has actually been described scientifically comes to only less than 3 million species. So vast majority of the species that survive on the earth are yet to be described. And the origin of life on the earth is estimated to be about 3.5 billion years before present. And green plants appear on the earth about 3 billion years before present, and the vertebrates appeared about 500 million years before present. However, we know very little about the species diversity that exists on the earth. As I said, we do not know exactly how many species exist on the earth. I said a range between 5 to 30 million, but precisely that's an estimate. But precisely what's the number of species that survive on the earth, we have very little idea. So how many species, what are they seeing, are they increasing, are the species diversity is on the rise or are they on decline? So on all these questions, we have limited answer, or in many cases we have no answer. For example, of late, even from India, several new species have been described, such as Bigun leocichla, one of the bird species. In the case of birds, we thought that we have a better understanding about the species diversity, but then in 2006, scientists have discovered a new species of bird from Arunachal Pradesh during 2006. Also, in 2004, scientists again the scientific explorations that have done in Arunachal Pradesh has come out with a new species of monkey, which is referred to as the Arunachal macaque, way back in 2004. And coming to Kerala part of the Western Ghats, in 2003 a new species of frog has been described. So what I'm trying to say is that using these examples, there are more and more species that are being described, and on an average it is estimated that about 16,000 species are being described every year. Even within the earth, tropics is particularly rich in life. The tropical zone, which receives an equitable climate with more equitable rainfall and more equitable temperature, it is exceptionally rich in life. Coming to the Western Ghats, which is a biodiversity hotspot that is located in the tropical region within India, where Western Ghats incidentally is a biodiversity hotspot which is exceptionally rich in biological diversity. It spread across, or it runs through 6 southern states of the country, starting with Gujarat in the north, passing through Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala and parts of Tamil Nadu. So these are the 6 states through which the Western Ghats runs through, and it has a total length of 1400 kilometers and it has a total extent of 0.16 million square kilometers. Though the Western Ghats covers only 5% of the geographical area of the country, it accounts for 30% of total species of organisms known in India. So which actually shows the incredible richness and diversity of the Western Ghats. So this map depicts the distribution of Western Ghats. It starts from the river Tapti in the north and runs until Kanyakumari in the south. And it is a continuous chain of mountain having length of 1400 kilometers. Within this 1400 kilometers, it has only one major discontinuity, that's a Palkad Gap, which is located in Kerala. Otherwise, Western Ghat does not have any major discontinuity, and it is continuous mountainous range running parallel to the west coast of India. The Western Ghats is divided into different geographical regions, such as from the river Tapti until Goa. It is considered as one distinct geographical unit, which is unique in its flora as well as fauna. From the river Kalindi up to Coorg is considered as another distinct biogeographical region within the Western Ghats. The Nilgiris, that forms yet another geographical region, biogeographical region of the Western Ghats. The Anamudis, Palnis and Cardamom Hills constitute yet another biological or biogeographical region of the Western Ghats, and the Ashabu Hills constitute another biogeographical unit of the Western Ghats. So likewise, owing to the biogeographical significance, Western Ghats has been divided into different biogeographical sub-regions. There are several spur hills and the mountainous peak within Western Ghats. Say for example, the highest peak of the Western Ghats is considered as the Anamudis, which is located in Kerala, which has an altitude of 2695 meters. And apart from Anamudis, there are other peaks such as the Dodabetta in Tamil Nadu, which has an altitude of 2637 meters, and Kudramukh in Karnataka, which has an altitude of 2071 meters. And the different types of the forest, the Western Ghats support different types of forest systems, such as the evergreen and the semi-evergreen forest is one of the type of forests. And as far as Kerala is concerned, about 35.1% of the total forest area is covered with evergreen and semi-evergreen type of forests. And evergreen and semi-evergreen type of forest is considered as the climatic climax vegetation, that is the true vegetation that's seen in the climatic conditions prevailing in Kerala. Another type of forest is a moist deciduous forest, which is actually accounting for the largest chunk of the forest types in Kerala, with 43.6% of the total forest types is of moist deciduous type. Another type of forest in the Western Ghats of Kerala is the dry deciduous forest, which account for about 100 square kilometers. And yet another type is grassland shola ecosystem, which is a very unique ecosystem that is primarily seen in the high altitude regions of the Western Ghats. High altitude usually are above 1700 meters and higher. So in such higher altitude regions, you get a very unique system of grassland on the top of the mountains and the forests on the valleys. The forests on the valleys are referred to as a shola forest. Yet another forest that is seen not on the Ghats but on the coastal zone are referred to as a mangrove forest. Mangroves account for only less than 10 square kilometers of the total geographical area. It's again another very unique type of forest that is primarily seen in the estuaries of major rivers. So we have had quite a bit of mangroves in Kerala, but then over the years most of the mangroves have been destroyed owing to various biotic interferences. Biodiversity across the world is facing major decline also, and this is true within the country as well as within the Western Ghats also. The primary reasons for the decline of biodiversity within the Western Ghats include mining, the hunting, the logging, urbanization, and the introduction of the exotics. So all these lead to decline of the biodiversity in the Western Ghats. So the mining, the hunting, the logging, the urbanization, the exotic introduction, and the fishes have accounted for about 25% of loss of fish stock within the Western Ghat region, and also it has led to the decline of 36% of all the forests in this region. Biodiversity loss affect humans. It actually directly affects the humans. It's been estimated that the decline of the pollinators cause a loss to the tune of 14.6 billion, and this estimate has been made for US, where several such studies have been done. Similarly, the watershed value of the biodiversity has been estimated to the tune of, in the New York City alone, owing to the watershed value, it says up to 6 to 8 billion US dollars every year while protecting its water sources. The public awareness about one of the primary reason for the biodiversity decline that's happening is owing to the lack of public awareness. So public awareness, increasing of the public awareness is very crucial in supporting the biodiversity. So in this era of biodiversity decline, what we can do is the question before us.